What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end. You'll be see everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of memberships: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month, we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many, many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show.
Come on, you Spurs.
What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for yet another post-match fan show, as Tottenham have beaten Royal Antwerp by 2-0, going top of the group and qualifying to the next round. Well, we qualified last week, but we've qualified now top of the group, which makes our route to the final that tiny bit more easier.
Yeah.
But look, job done at the end of the day today.
Yeah, look, it wasn't the best game of football. I think I've said that in a lot of our Europa League games this season, but we did get the job done. We won 2-0, huh?
And Premier League.
And Premier League as well. But look, we got the job done. We kept a clean sheet again. Another 2 goals. I know Vinicius and Bell went off as soon as they scored. As soon as they made the goal. But at least they got that goal contribution together. Another assist for Harry Kane. And a great performance by Giovanni Lo Celso, which is really the highlight of today.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. The highlight was the re-emergence of Giovanni Lo Celso, kind of picking up from last season as well after those brilliant performances. But look, let's get my grandpa on.
Come on,
and
then.
Let's see what he has to say about the game. Grandpa!
Hi, Grandpa.
How are you?
Your sound's gone funny.
Has it?
Is it? Has our sound weird?
Yeah.
Did we not stop?
Our sound's gone funny.
Yeah.
Frank.
Is anyone else having problem with the sound in the chat? Let us know in the chat.
Is he playing on computer?
But
An echo, he's saying.
he's saying they can hear it.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying sounds fine.
Everyone in the comments are saying it's fine. Maybe it's your internet connection, Grandpa.
It's an echo. I'm saying it's an echo. That's what I'm hearing is an echo.
You try again in a minute.
All right. Well, everyone's saying it's okay.
Everyone in the live comments are saying we're sounding fine and you might have an internet problem.
Okay, I don't think so, but okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm hearing you right now.
Either way,
Right.
what did you think of the game today?
I thought it was a great game. Obviously, I mean, there's no doubt about who was. That was Lascelles. So, I mean, he played brilliantly. I thought all the way through, real class.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing was each of those players, and I was very, very surprised. I thought he was really clever. I thought he was, the next match with Crystal Palace, I thought he would change them over. So, and when they play Crystal Palace, they just play half a match again because they've got a real pressure point, haven't they, on playing Crystal Palace and Liverpool just 3 days later.
Yeah.
Listening to him on the television, he didn't say he was being clever. He said he was just being sensible, and he wanted definitely to get a win. It was important to him to win, and that's why he brought them on. I was surprised though. And
sorry, what did you make out of his substitutions today, bringing off Bale and Vinicius just as he had scored a goal and Bale had hit that free kick? That was their last action of the game.
That's what I was just saying. I thought he was being very clever to save them for when they play Crystal Palace. I thought they would play half the team again.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, fine, yeah.
I was trying to say that's what I thought, but that, when I heard him talk afterwards, and he said no, he just wanted them to. He just wanted to make sure they won and wanted to bring on the people that know the system well.
And you think that was right?
No, I don't think it was right. I think it was right if he'd been clever to save them, but I didn't think it was right to bring Son and Kane on then at all because Son almost got injured. I mean, that's the last thing you want. Why take that risk when you were 1-0 ahead anyway? And you were playing well. They were all the time playing well. 12 shots to 1, I think it was.
Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I think it was a dominating display from Tottenham, and we kind of got our revenge from losing to them a couple of weeks ago. But a player I want to talk to you about is Harry Winks. Obviously, he got taken off quite early in the second half, and apparently he walked straight down the tunnel, not sitting down with the rest of the team. Do you reckon he could actually be sold?
No, because he was asked. Mourinho was asked the question. He said, no, he always tells the players when they come off to go and have a cold shower because when it's cold, you don't have a hot shower. I mean, he said that's what he was doing. He went down. He said the others didn't listen to him, but Winks did.
And what about Dele Alli?
And Dele Alli, I don't know. He didn't say anything about Dele Alli. I think he's going. I think you'll find him play for Crystal Palace.
Who, Dele?
I think they've got. Yeah, I think he's either that or he's going. But I think that he's got to be. It's just got to be so careful because Liverpool are playing. They're the top team at the moment, and I think we want to win that. We need to win that. If we win that, and we go 3 or 4 points, then I can see us going for the championship.
In terms of Gareth Bale, how did you assess his performance today?
Oh, what a fantastic free kick. Free kick, unbelievable. The way that ball went high and dipped down, it was just amazing. It was the old Bale. I think, he's getting older. I don't think he's fit. I think I would like to see him more in the centre and not in the wing. Mm-hmm. I think he might be better in the centre now because he's a clever player, intelligent player, and maybe he's not a winger anymore. But he's still got that special way of being able to dip that ball, which was just beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
Beautiful.
And
it was his goal.
Yeah, it was his goal completely. Do you think it was important in the end of the day to finish top tonight and get those 3 points on the board, or did it not bother you either way?
Well, you always hope that you're going to play a slightly better team if you come top, a slightly worse team rather play if you come top. So I think that was probably in his mind. And I think, he wants to win things. I think all is in his mind is I'm going to win this match. That's all. He's he's not looking ahead. He's looking at each game individually. I think he's a very, very clever manager. I really do. Get more and more impressed, and he seems now to have a bit of a sense of humour now as well. Maybe it's because he's winning.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in a good mood because of that. I think the way we started the season and the way the squads are shaping up has definitely put him in a great mood.
Look, at the end of the day, top of the group in the Europa League, top of the league at the moment. Nothing to complain about, is there, Grandpa?
In the quarters of the Carabao.
Quarters of the Carabao Cup.
And we've got 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
We've got at least 2 teams. 3 for in some positions.
Yeah.
If he's able to keep those and they don't start selling some of them off in the new year, I don't think he needs to buy anybody else. Unless Pogba won't come knocking on the door.
You never know. I don't think Pogba's got any chance with Mourinho in charge. But I think, yeah.
All right, Grandpa. Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
And happy Hanukkah, Grandpa.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, same to you
Happy
guys.
Hanukkah.
See you later.
Hope you lit the candles.
See you
See
guys.
Yeah, we have.
Always
Fantastic.
great to see Grandpa. Everyone's favourite Grandpa. Everyone's favourite guy on the channel. That's for sure.
Yeah, of course.
You want to look at some tweets?
Yeah, give me 1 sec.
Or should we get our next guest on first? And then
I've
move
got
to...
tweets if you're
All right, go on. Let's look at some tweets.
on the phone. We got a super chat here for Mr. Money Gaming. Thank you for your
Thank you,
super
Mr.
chat.
Money,
Much
sending us the money.
appreciated. All right, just 1 sec. We're getting ready. We've got some people have been tweeting us. No, that's not how it works. 1 sec. Go. Get off.
Get off.
No, get off. It's not gonna, that's a screenshot. I don't know. I've screenshotted them. Is that the whole page?
Anyway, let's get our next guest on, and then we'll start worrying about tweets. Who's up next? Yes, Ariane. How's it going, mate?
Pretty good. How are you guys after that?
Yeah, all good, all good. I mean, job done at the end of the day tonight,
Captain's
wasn't
performance
it?
from
Captain
Ben Davies.
is
Absolutely brilliant. No, I have no idea what he was doing, but we somehow kept the clean sheet with him anyway, didn't we? So we'll count that as a good performance.
Yeah, for sure. Everything goes. Got a clean sheet at the end of the day. Struggled badly at Antwerp last time, but look, we've won 2-0. Were you impressed with the performance? Or was it just about getting the job done?
It was more about getting the job done. I don't think it was anything. Nobody was really like that urgent with trying to get a goal or anything. Everybody, once that first goal went in, everybody was kind of just passing around, waiting for the whistle. Let's also got that chance, and he slotted in the second one. But it was kind of a dead game for most of the 90 minutes. But we got 2 goals, pretty nice. One thing I do want to mention is actually my national team goalkeeper, Alireza Bayramban, was in the opposite net.
Really? What country is that?
Iran.
Oh, Iran.
Oh, right. He's Iranian. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
he had
so
a decent
I think
game.
he had a pretty good performance. But this isn't about Alireza Bayramban. This is about Tottenham. So yeah, I think it was actually it was pretty nice seeing him in net. But other than that, I think it was a pretty dead game.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
A dead game lit up by Lo Celso, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lo Celso, he really, really picked up from last season as well, didn't he? Because we haven't seen those kind of performances from him this season, have we?
No, we haven't. I think that player has always still been in him. I don't think he got too many minutes at the very start of the season, and that didn't help him since he had that injury. Yeah. And he had a decent performance when he came back into the Europa League, especially in the qualifiers and stuff. And then he had that one poor pass against Chelsea, and we saw like half the fan base on Twitter turn on him and stuff, which was it happens. Everybody makes poor passes. I still believed in him. I actually ordered a Lo Celso shirt the other day. That's still coming. But yeah, I think this performance showed exactly why I fell in love with him last season. The guy's a fantastic player. He carries the ball so well, and now he's adding that end product to the game. That you can see he's got a goal. I think he's the third top scorer behind Son and Kane this season in all competitions for our club as well, which is insane if you think about it, considering he was getting slated for being brilliant but not even scoring, which finally he's adding to his game.
Yeah. A player as well I want to talk to you about is Harry Winks. Obviously, he goes off after 55 minutes, I think it was, goes straight down the tunnel. Jose Mourinho, after the game, says it's about him taking a hot shower or something like that. He tells everyone to go and take a hot shower. Winks is the only one that listened. Are you buying that at all?
No, not a second. Not a single second. Who here was the Winks apologist? Was it Sim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of his performance tonight, Sim?
Yeah, I wasn't impressed. That's the truth. And I think he was probably deservedly taken off, and he looked disappointed in himself. But we'll have to see what it means, him walking down the tunnel. We'll have to see later on down the line if it really meant that he was frustrated and it was disrespectful. Mourinho told him to take a shower. I don't know. That's what Mourinho says, but it doesn't sound like a likely explanation.
Do you think his Tottenham days are over?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Do you think his Tottenham days are coming to an end?
I think we have to start thinking about it because, I mean, where does he really get into this team? He doesn't really have a role. He can't really play the same role that Højbjerg can. Not at all. He can't play the same role Sissoko can with the engine he has. He can't really play the same role Ndombele and Lo Celso do. I don't really know what his position is. I don't think he does either. I think he has to go to a club maybe in the mid-table. I think you guys talked about this as well. I think you said like an Aston Villa would be perfect for him. I think so as well, He could go there, maybe find some of his form, and he could try and lock himself or nail down a spot for himself in the Euros because he clearly needs some playtime for himself as well. And I don't think his time in Tottenham is going to give him a lot of that. I think in January he might see at least a loan. I can definitely see that, honestly.
And another player, Dele Alli, obviously he didn't play today, but he was another one that walked down the tunnel. He came back. Do you reckon there was anything in that, or he was just literally just going to the toilet?
I think he actually was just going to take a break or something because I don't think there was anything in it. He came back and he looked perfectly okay. This game, I think it was more because Jose Mourinho really wanted to win it. Your guys' grandpa said when he said it's just about watching and trying to winning the games. I can't speak today at all. It's just about winning the games, and I think this game specifically, kind of for the revenge of what happened last time, he didn't really want to risk anybody like Dele Alli or something. I think he could have brought him on for Lo Celso, but I mean after that brilliant performance, I don't blame him. I think he could just play in the knockouts or something, or maybe against Stoke in a week or whenever that is. He's still got a lot of chances to play. I think this season, especially in the games we have in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, he could still get his chances. And I think he's just trying to do to Dele what he did to Ndombele. And we're going to see the end product of that near the end of the season. And if it doesn't work well then I think in the summer window is when we're going to decide if we're going to sell him or not.
Do you think that we can challenge for the Premier League title and make a serious challenge to the Europa League title at the same time? Or do you think it's going to get to a stage where we're going to have to choose between the two?
We can do both. We've got really good squad depth. You saw we made one. We had one starter in the entire that started against. We had two players that started against Arsenal in this lineup: Lo Celso and Regular.
Yeah,
and Lo Celso's not even a regular starter, and Ndombele would have started over him on another day. So we had one real starter in that team. We had 9 changes to that lineup, and you can see we still played pretty well. I mean, maybe it wasn't the as fluid as it is in our first team, but it's still a decent performance, and it's against Antwerp, who we saw what they did to us last time, even when we had likes of Højbjerg, Kane, and Son on the pitch. So it's not like they're a really poor side. I think we've got the depth to maybe make 4 or 5 changes to the Europa League knockouts, go in, maybe get a win, maybe even get a scrappy 1-0, 2-0 win. I don't really care. And we could, at the end of the season, when the fixtures start to calm down a little bit, and the semifinals and finals do start to have a bit of a gap between them in terms of the fixture dates, we could definitely challenge for both. I don't really see a reason why not. It's not like we have the same squad depth we did last season. We have 2 strikers, we have 5 wingers, we have 2 playmakers, we have we have a defensive mid and 2 that can fill in for that role. We've got pretty much 2 separate defenses. Why can't we go and win it? Well, win them both.
Well, yeah.
Because you got to look at the later rounds of the Europa League. You got to play very close to what the Premier League's team is going to be at the end of the day. So it's going to be hard to juggle both, maybe past the kind of quarterfinals. But that's just my opinion. But I think we've got enough in it to do it, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree.
Nice one, Ariane.
Thanks
Good
for coming
to see you
on,
again, as always. What are you laughing at? Don't laugh.
I don't know. Just the ending was just really abrupt. It was just like kind of awkward, but yeah.
Love that. As always, Ariane, it's been an absolute pleasure.
How do you want us to outro? Ariane, it's been absolutely amazing having you on. Thank you so much for coming on.
Frankie is last next time. We're putting him last. I want to see him in that studio the whole way through the show. He's going to be last, all right? Get him off. Get him off. Thanks for coming on, Ariane. It's always a massive pleasure having you on.
Oh, let's get David Harris on.
I'll get David on, and then we'll do tweets after. Yes, David.
David Harris, how's it going, my friend? The Irish Yid. Everyone, go and subscribe to him right now. You know.
Come on.
Make sure you subscribe by the channel so that you don't want to miss out. Look, to be honest with you, I just wanted to come on today and say that I'm very proud of the team at the moment. They're making me so happy. Look, we topped the group in the Europa League. We got through the early stages and then topped the group in the Europa League. You can't ask for them to do anything more than that. And we're top of the Premier League. We're through. We're playing Stoke in the quarter-final of the League Cup. Well, what more can we ask for? Look, the only thing I will say is that these Europa League games have been very disappointed. And I think some of them players out there really do need to take a long, hard look at themselves. Because, look, like they're the reason why we have to sit through some of these games, and they're the reason why the games have gone the way they should. And some of them should really be apologising to the likes of Harvey White, Dane Scarlett, and Alfie Whiteman for not getting more game time in this Europa League, in my opinion.
Apologise.
So I'm guessing you're talking about certain Harry Winks. Do you buy what Jose Mourinho was talking about after the game? Talking about he went for a hot shower.
No, look, he's not going to come out and say he stormed off down the tunnel. Look, there was reports that came out, basically saying that he might be looking to leave in January to get first team football so he can get into the England squad. But look, guys, on this, when are we going to call a spade a spade? The guy just simply is not good enough at the end of the day. He's similar stature to Lo Celso, and the reason why you see Lo Celso beating players and not Harry Winks is because Winks just lacks the aggression. He lacks the mentality that he believes in him. I don't think he believes in himself. Do you know what I mean? The guy just he's not risky on the ball. Like, even his girlfriend, if she wore a low-cut top, that'd be too risky for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy's just not good enough, honestly. Like, we just need to start calling it as it is. And at the end of the day, like, look, other people are going to have their opinions, but I'm yet to hear one decent argument on why we are keeping Harry Winks in this squad. Like, at the end of the day, we're not making excuses for Gedson Fernandes. Why are we making excuses for Winks?
Because he's a homegrown player and he's got passion. Look, I'm a big fan of Harry Winks. I think he does have a role. I think if he really got his act together, he could get into our first 11. I think he's good enough. He's not showing it at the moment. I don't disagree with that, and maybe he will never show it.
In which role though?
In the Sissoko role.
He doesn't have the engine to do that.
He can help Højbjerg. He can help Højbjerg do it. Højbjerg and him could work together. You're talking about playing him. You're talking about
playing. Listen, you're talking about playing Winks instead of Sissoko. How the hell is Winks going to provide that engine in the middle of the park?
Because he can move around. He's not a slow coach, and he can. And he's
There is no way Winks can provide that physicality in the middle of the park.
He's a better passer than Sissoko. He's also a better passer than Sissoko. He's not as limited as Sissoko. So if he can get in that role, I think it could even be good for us if that happens.
Sissoko is in there to do a specific job, and Winks can't do that job.
This guy is 24 years of age, right? He's a man. He's already halfway through his football career, and we still don't know what his best position is. And he hasn't. Look, he's had the game time. He hasn't made claim to the position. He hasn't made claim to any of the positions. Ndombele's come from the cold to come in ahead of this guy. Lo Celso was brought into
Ndombele and Lo Celso are far more talented.
He's never going to replace Højbjerg.
I never said he would replace Højbjerg. He won't replace Højbjerg.
No, but that's the thing. He's not going to replace any of the players in the midfield. The guy just simply isn't.
Not the way he's playing. Not the way he's playing.
Look, at the end of the day, we want to win the league this season. We're not going to win the league with Harry Winks starting every game.
No, but you need those players.
Yeah, but Winks wants to start every game. That's his whole.
If he wants to start every game, then he can't right now at Tottenham. The way he's playing, that's the fact of the matter. But I think Winks has a lot of quality in him, and I think a lot of people underrate him and they underestimate him because he doesn't score 30-yarders and he's.
He only scores 50-yarders.
He doesn't assist. He doesn't shoot. He doesn't tackle. He doesn't do anything. This is the thing. This is the problem. Like, we actually do just need. Like, at the end of the day, we need to call a spade and just say he's not good enough.
Well, look, he impresses when he plays for England. I think he can play a role for us. I think at the moment he's not getting in the team, and deservedly so. He doesn't deserve to get in the team the way he's playing. But I think people give him a rough time, and I think Harry Winks could potentially play that role if he was more aggressive and he was stronger. He could play that role Sissoko's playing. I think he could help the team in that way. He could help Højbjerg put out the fires.
If he was what?
More aggressive and he was stronger.
Yeah, and if his name was Musa Sissoko.
No, come on. He's a better on the ball than Sissoko.
At the end of the day, I've been saying the same thing since I first started coming on this show about this guy. Like, how many more years we're going to sit here saying if he was more aggressive, if he was more adventurous? We can't keep sitting here saying that about this guy.
Yeah, look, I kind of agree with you, David. I think I'm halfway between the both, because I think that he can't carry on the way he is. I don't see in the 4-3-3 system, I don't see where he can fit in and kind of get a starting role. He can't do what Sissoko does. He can't do what Højbjerg does, and he most definitely can't do what Tanguy Ndombele does. Let's be honest. So if we're going to look for a player, because we are going to need to look for a player to replace Sissoko pretty soon. So for me, you got to buy someone, because Winks just can't do that. You got to get someone like Kessie in from AC Milan or something like that, or a Sabitzer.
For me, I think we were looking at a centre back. We probably were looking at a defender in the January transfer window. But honestly, since all the clean sheets and everything we've been keeping, I think that's changed, and the spotlight is on the midfield now. And that is honestly where we do need to strengthen in January transfer window if we really want to make this title challenge last the whole way throughout the rest of the season. And this is the window where we really do need to back a manager and get what he thinks he needs in to get us over the line.
Yeah. But look, that's enough about Harry Winks. Let's talk about Giovanni Lo Celso. Much happier talk. Talk to me about Gio's performance, because me personally, I thought it was basically picking up from last season. Best performance of the season for me.
Yeah, it's exactly why we were praising this guy last season. Look, this guy is a guy that Messi praises for Argentina. He loves playing with. And you can see why today, even down in he had the ball in the corner. He just took two of their players out of the game completely. And he's finished, like, looking at that was a Messi-like finish with the outside of the boot into the corner. The guy is class. And look, hopefully now we start seeing the best of him. He's probably been one of the highlights of this Europa League campaign for me, with his goals and the way he's played. He's one that you could really look and say, like, he set the bar in this Europa League group stage on performance-wise. And look, for me, I love this guy. He's so skillful. He's calm on the ball. And he has aggression as well, and he gets stuck in, and I like that.
And also, I want to get your opinion on Matt Doherty as well, because obviously we played a system that kind of suits him tonight. And again, really was kind of found wanting again today, wasn't he?
Yeah, look, I'm as disappointed as many, but look, if I'm not going to make any excuses for Winks, I'm not going to make any excuses for this guy. I'm going to be fair. At the end of the day, he just hasn't come in and performed the way we wanted him to. And look, he's an Arsenal fan at heart, so maybe he's trying to sabotage us. I don't know, But look, no, at the end of the day, he just hasn't been good enough. He just hasn't been good enough, and that's all I can say. Now I'm truly disappointed. I really am.
Look, but at the end of the day, we've gone through 2-0, top of the group. Happy days, job done. We move on.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I first came on and said. I'm so proud of the team. Like, you can't ask them to be any higher in the league. You can't ask them to be any further in the League Cup. And you can't ask them to be any further in the Europa League. It's been a perfect start to the season. Now, coming into the next few games, they're going to be huge. Probably our biggest. And then I believe once we get out, if we can get out of them unscathed, it's going to be plain sailing the rest of the way home, boys.
I really hope so, David.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, I hope you're right as well. But thanks for coming on as always, and we'll see you next time.
Nice to see you, David.
Thanks very much for having me, lads.
Always.
Enjoy Sunday if you do have it off.
You bet. Nice one, mate.
Come on, Spurs.
Let's
go to the tweets. Go
on. FP Random says, why don't Spurs just loan out Daly this transfer window? He'll get the game time he wants, and he maybe get the skill back to prove himself and to Jose. Should Daly move out on loan?
I don't know about that. Maybe. It could get his price up a bit.
Gio's best game so far this season.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Says YouTube
100%. What a performance from Gio. And that
Gio
as
is
well.
back,
Gio
man
is
of the
most
match.
definitely back.
He's definitely
I
back.
echo
agree with
those
that.
thoughts on 100% as well.
Chris Miller says, looks like we're going to need to buy some homegrown players.
No, we won't, because Ollie Skip is coming back.
Maybe you're right, but if Winks leaves in January, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Spurs Express saying Giovanni Lo Celso has been very, very good tonight.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Mark.
Classic Mark. Yido90 says, get rid of Ali, Winks, Sanchez in January and bring in Sabitzer, Skriniar and bring back Skip.
I mean, I'll
Wouldn't be a
take
bad January.
that all day long.
Wouldn't be a bad January. Spurs Statman, Giovanni Lo Celso had more touches, more ball recoveries, more attempted take-ons, created more chances, attempted tackles, and registered more shots a goal than any other player tonight. That doesn't tell the story of Lo Celso's performance. Not sure
I
what
told you
does.
during the watch line. I bet you he's made the most tackles.
And there you go. Jose Mourinho, how can I keep them all happy? I don't think they're happy at all. That's the nature of football. I cannot make miracles. I told the players if they're not subbed on, just go for a hot shower. That's what he said. That's what he says apparently in his post-match interview. FT Heritage, sincerely considering the Celso at right wing for Anfield, but it would be harsh on Bergwijn, who has been extraordinary from a defensive point of view. Stevie isn't scoring, to be honest. He isn't getting into scoring positions, but his support for fullbacks has been immense.
I kind of disagree on that one. I've never really liked Lo Celso on the right side.
No?
I think, especially...
I agree, actually.
Especially against Liverpool, you really need Bergwijn in there. You need his defensive stability in there.
Yeah, you need him exploiting the pace. Because the thing is, on your counter-attack...
Mane, Salah...
No, but even us on the counter-attack, you don't want Lo Celso leading the charge as much as good.
You say that. Today, he was taking it past players with ease.
Central. You want him in the centre. You don't want him on the wing. You don't want it because I don't know if he's fast enough to get past a lot of the...
I think he's actually faster than people give him credit for.
He is quick, but he's not Bergwijn quick.
Yeah.
Last one. Should we look at this one?
Yeah.
Charlie Echo says Lo Celso's best game of the season by a distance. He's
Agreed.
been everywhere, tracking back to win tackles and getting forward to score and create chances. Couldn't have done much more to earn a start for Sunday. Does he start on Sunday for you?
For me, yeah. I don't think Ndombele did enough when he came on to start, and I think Lo Celso was by far the best player on the pitch.
And but backed up by his performance on Sunday against Arsenal, do you think that was also goes towards him starting on Sunday?
Yeah, look, I think Gio really deserves it for that performance. It really does. He was the only player on that pitch really that grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck and tried to make it happen.
Okay.
All right, let's get on our next guests. Who we got? Marcelo, come on, bro. His name is Giovanni Lo Celso.
Senor, come on, man, let's go. What a player he is, isn't he? Oh, is it
late? Is it? No, you're not. You're fine. Is
okay.
it late or early there?
It's late, bro. I'm a little bit tired. I'm not gonna lie. I stayed up all night, and watching that game was a little bit rough. The first half, at least. Second half was a much better performance. But listen, look, job done. I'm proud of the boys. Like David said, we're top of the league, top of the group. We're top everywhere, man. We win everywhere we go. So it is what it is. Everywhere we go, come on. It's the top boys making all the noise.
I want to get your opinion on Harry Winks.
Listen, bro. This is what I was gonna get to. I'm Winks out. He's done. He's get out of here, bro.
At the end of the day, let's not put ourselves in the Gooner camp. Let's not be calling for players out, shake all about.
I know, but listen, no. I said this in the Davis Harris show. I was looking at media outlets, and I heard that Winks. I didn't know it was true or not. I heard that he was saying that he was frustrated and that he deserves first team football and all of this and that he wants to play in the Euros. It's like, and then he goes and does that. For me, I think his attitude is just not right. And I just think for him and for the club, it's just better that he goes. No disrespect to Winks. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you've done. No hate. But it's just it just seems like he just doesn't want to be here. In this club anymore. How dare you walk out? How dare you walk out like that? We don't want to become like Arsenal, like you said. I don't want another. I don't want a Granit Xhaka situation where he's just sick at the club and he doesn't want to be there. And then you see him cussing the club and everything like that. I don't want a situation like that. And so I just think it's just better for both sides to just for him to go, man. It's like he's coughing at this competition. You know what I mean? You can tell he doesn't care about these Europa games. He's scoffing at this competition, but he really should be looking at as a chance to get back in the first team. That's what he should be looking at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at Lucas. You look at, Vinicius. Despite whether they're good enough or not, you know what I mean? They're trying. But then you look at Lo Celso today. Looked absolutely phenomenal. And now we're talking about him starting in the first team. You know what I mean? It's like, this is your chance, and you're not taking it. And I mean, if there was anyone to walk out, it should have been Dele. Because I felt like he was screwed today. No, but I mean, he came back. It was probably for the bathroom. But you know what I mean? I felt like he was screwed today. I'm sick and tired of giving that a guy so many chances and then just to see him walk out. You know what I mean? Where's Dele? What has he done? You know what I mean? I felt like he deserved the chance today. But and Mourinho we trust. I always back that guy. You know me. I'm in the Mourinho train. Whatever he says, whatever he does, he's a special one. So I go with what he says. But I think he is lying about the whole take a shower thing, because if you see, you never see players going out taking a shower. You know what I mean? Why didn't nobody else go? Why does nobody else do that? I'm telling you, he's just covering for Winks. But
you're not buying
his attitude
it at all.
stinks.
You're not buying it.
No, his attitude stinks, man. I can't. I don't like that.
After 55, 56 minutes in the game, we made a host of changes, bringing on Son, Kane, Ndombele. Was that really needed?
Listen, I wasn't too happy about it, but it's like, listen, it's Jose. He knows his player more than us. And you know what? It could be a good warm-up. You know what I mean? Like playing 30 minutes of football, that's probably, just for these guys is a warm-up. These are world-class athletes.
You won't be saying that if one of them got injured, though. You know what I mean?
That's true, but, injuries happen in warm-ups as well. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, if you saw the documentary, I mean, Dyer nearly took, Son's calf off, So it's one of those things.
Don't tell me your heart didn't skip a beat when Son pulled up for a second there.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, so now though, we need him, bro. But yeah, listen, I disagree with that. I wanted to see, some of the youngsters come in, Scarlett and all those guys. It would have been nice to see them come in and, see them have a shot. But yeah, listen, maybe he just wanted to see the game out, and maybe he wanted to top the group.
Was it not a bit harsh on Vinicius and Bale to go off like the right action after that brilliant free kick and the goal?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was a little bit harsh on Vinicius and Bale. I thought, maybe Vinicius didn't take the chances he should have taken. You know what I mean? He had a couple of chances. But I felt like he was positive in the game. I felt like he was a guy that was going forward, trying to look for the ball, trying to, do something. And so I thought it was a little bit harsh on him. Bale, I don't know. We don't know what Bale's situation. Maybe it could be due to just fitness. But I wish he would have played just the full game. You know what I mean? He needs the minutes. You know what I mean? Like, he needs the minutes. How long are we going
to talk about Gareth Bale fitness, though? He's playing every Europa League game. Surely he's got a bit of fitness with him now.
No, yeah, exactly. I feel like he should have played the full time. But listen, the guy hasn't played for 2 years. It's going to take, more than 10 games just to get him, back to full run. But let's be positive today. We got out of the groups. We're top of the league. Honestly, I kind of wish we finished second so we can get someone like United. You know what I mean? I feel like we could slap them up again. But
we can't get an English team in the next round.
Oh, can we not? Oh, okay, never mind then. Damn, that's unfortunate. But listen.
Do you think we have the squad to compete for the Europa League and the Premier League this season and actually win both? Or do we have to? Do you think there'll come a time where we're going to have to choose?
Look at him. Is that a face of someone that's going to say no?
Come on, man. Come on, man. I've been saying we're gonna win the league since Manchester United. Come on, man.
But do you think there'll come a time late in the season when the semi-finals or finals we're going to have to choose when to pick our best team?
No, I think. Listen, I think we have the players. I think we have the depth. We have Vinicius to play for Kane and these cup games and games where maybe he's tired. We have the squad, man. You know what I mean? We can win everything. We're winning everything. You know what I mean? Jose Mourinho is a born winner. He's never lost his competition, and I don't think he'll lose it this year as well. We're winning the league and we're winning the Europa League. I'm telling you.
And what about domestic cups? How many are we going to win of those?
Listen, it all depends, you know what I mean? But listen, let's go for the quadruple. Let's go crazy, you know what I mean?
Why not?
Come on, let's
Marcelo,
go crazy.
Absolute pleasure as always, my friend.
Come on, you
Spurs.
Come on.
Marcelo, who is on next? Simon? Simon. Yes,
Hi,
Simon.
Simon.
Sorry you've been waiting for a while yet again. You're on mute.
Sorry, guys.
Hi,
all right.
Simon.
Okay.
How's it going?
How's it going, guys? You all right?
Very good, very good.
Good, you
Obviously,
alright?
through to the next round. Job done tonight. Was it just a case of job done, or do you think it's a good performance tonight?
It was mission accomplished, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we got the job done on Sunday, go top of the league, and we got a job done tonight, go top of that league, and yeah, I think it was great tonight. I just thought it was, as going back on your point there, Ben, I think it's a bit harsh on Felices and Bale going off after when they got the goal. I thought it was a bit too early. I thought I would give them both another 15 minutes at least.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, but do you think maybe, because a lot of people are saying, oh, we should have brought on the youngsters, we should have done this. Do you think maybe we're disrespecting Antwerp? They did beat us, remember, in the first game, 1-0, and they deserved that win. And maybe Jose was right to kind of just see out the game with a few big guns.
Yeah, I think that's what Jose's plan was. Jose's plan was to top this group all along, and him seeing we got the first goal, we probably thought he didn't trust the team to go on and see the game out. He probably thought he needed that second goal just to win off the game. But I would just gave Bale and Felices just another 15 minutes. So I mean, just especially for Bale's fitness, as we keep saying about this. I mean, so
yeah. And also, after hitting that free kick, surely confidence has got to be up after hitting a free kick like that.
Oh, it was a fantastic free kick. It was an absolute. I actually thought it was in.
Yeah.
He hit that so well. And Felices, he just got that fox in the box sort of striker, innit? He's always there. He's there. He's quick, and I think we've got a real good striker on our hands here with Felices. I think.
Yeah.
What do you think? There's been obviously a lot of talk about fringe players today. Winks going down the tunnel, Dele Alli not being happy. Jose Mourinho saying he sent Winks for a hot shower. He was also saying in an interview, "How can I keep all of them happy? I don't think they're all happy. That's the nature of football, and I can't make miracles. I told the players if they're not subbed on, they should just go for a shower." Do you think there's a bit of discontentment with those players, or do you think maybe a bit too much is being made out of it?
I think there's been too much been made out of it, and Sim, I just think some of these players ain't and grabbed their chance tonight. It was, I think most of these players tonight was probably their final chance before the knockout stages now. Because if you're telling me Jose's gonna, I don't think he's gonna play half these players in the knockout stages. So I think half of these players was definitely their final chance tonight, just to take a claim, not only for the Europa League, for the Premier League. And I don't think none of them done it apart from Lo Celso. I think he stepped up tonight, and I think he was fantastic.
Yeah, like the Lo Celso of last season, right? It's really getting back to those levels.
Oh, absolutely fantastic, especially when he was in that corner and he was trapped in by them couple of players and he's got out of it. And that's the Lo Celso we saw last season. I think
exactly.
Hopefully now he can do that, take that into the Premier League. That's what we want to lead. Take that into the Premier League now. I mean,
you mentioned that tonight was kind of a last chance for some of the fringe players to show what they're about. So what does that mean for Dele Alli then?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think Dele knows. I really don't. I was expecting Dele to start tonight. I really did. I thought this competition where Dele's going to play every game, and he must be thinking in his head now, I've got to go. I've got to go elsewhere, because it's such a shame, because he's such a talented lad. Absolutely, I'm gutted for him. Absolutely gutted. And because as we keep going about him, about Winks, yeah, it wasn't a great game tonight. But going back on what David Harris said, if we're going about Winks, why is Winks playing over? Why is not Ali playing as well? I mean, I just don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah,
trust the process, as they like to say.
Yeah, trust the
and
process.
you've got to say the process is working, right?
Oh, the process under Jose, yeah, it is. That it was definitely working, but just this situation like this, guys. I mean, he should be given a chance tonight, at least in Europa League. You know what I mean? I'm not saying just to start Premier League games. I thought just give the guy a chance, because I don't think he's done bad in Europa League, Dele. I just don't. He needs to. I think he needs a couple more games.
At the end of the day, he played that Ludogorets game, a brilliant game. The next game, he comes on for the last couple of minutes and scores the penalty. And then today, didn't even get a minute on the pitch. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you, Simon.
Yeah, I just think I'm just gutted for the guy. I mean, because I'm telling you now, I think they'll come back to us this one. We're going to get rid of him, and he's going to go on to another club, and he's going to absolutely excel. I'm telling you now. We're going to absolutely regret getting rid of Dele Alli, I'm telling you.
Excited for the knockout stages?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think this is now. I think as I said, Josie now he's going to take this serious now. We're into. Is it the last 32? Is it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Josie now is going to. He's got to try and balance the team out though if he wants to go for the league. But as what your grandpa said, I think we've got two real good teams. I think we can have a couple of tweaks and put a couple of first team players into Europa League there. I think we've got two great teams there going forward.
Is our name on the cup this year?
Definitely.
All right.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first. Simon says that the Europa League is coming home.
It's going to be the Premier League. That's what's coming home, guys.
Oh, the Premier League? Not both?
Coming home. I'm telling you now. I'll tell you now. We're going to... I think we're going to go beat Palace. And I'll tell you now, I got a sneaky feeling we're going to do something at Anfield. These are Liverpool fans.
Jose likes to break these ducks, don't they?
He does. And I've been hearing a couple of these Liverpool fans getting a bit cocky themselves. They've got no chance. I'll tell you now, I don't think I think we're going to spring a surprise on Wednesday. I'm telling you. Yeah, and if we beat Liverpool, we've got to start believing we will win that league. I'm telling you.
Maybe it'll be a bit like back in the day when we went up to Anfield and broke the 72-year jinx with Garth Crooks.
Well, you never know, guys. You never know. Let's hope so.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Simon.
Guys, thanks for having us on, and keep up the good work, guys.
Thanks, mate. We'll speak to you next time.
See you soon, guys.
Come on, Spurs.
In some good news, Mourinho has been announced November Manager of the Month.
Oh, let's hope for the Manager of the Month curse is not going to strike.
I hope not. But that's some news there coming out of the
fully deserved. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, he was great, and I think he did well last month, so fully deserves it.
All right, let's. I'm looking at the screen here. I can only see 173 likes. I can see 1,000 viewers. So come on, everyone, scroll down, keep liking, keep subscribing, and we'll get on our next guest, Guha.
Guha?
Hello.
Guha, the man that wins every competition on We Are Tottenham TV. How you doing, my friend?
If your question is going to be about Aubameyang missing a penalty, yeah, I mean, that's going to be the first guess.
Brilliant. How are you, Guha? You good?
Yeah, good. Pretty happy with the result. Pretty happy with the performance. I mean, it is what it is, and we topped the group, and I think that's super important.
Yeah, do we deserve the win tonight? Do you feel like with a better team? I think we were. I mean, with all the shots, but like, were you impressed with the performance?
I wouldn't say I was impressed. I think it's similar to the last time I was on, and we just got the job done. And honestly, after how we played versus Antwerp the last time, we were awful. You know, it was so dry, we couldn't create anything. So today was a lot better, and there are a lot of positives to take from it. I think the main thing is that even though Mourinho said, "Oh, we've qualified, whatever, dead rubber," I think he wanted to win, and you know, it's a situation where we don't play teams like Ajax in the next round, which is really good. So that gives us a chance to go forward quite a bit, hopefully.
I mean, that was absolutely proved that he wanted to win when he brought on the likes of Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Tanguy and Ndombele. Do you feel that was a bit harsh on Vinicius and Bale?
Yeah, I was not too happy when that happened, but I mean, I think it wasn't necessarily working out too well before that. And also, the next game is at Palace. You know, it's close by. I think he just wanted to give them a run in to see what happens, and hopefully they don't have to play the whole Palace game also, and then they can just be rested for Liverpool to some extent. Obviously, we will play a good bit of our first 11 for the Palace game, but I think there could be a good few changes that get made. It's not too bad. I mean, these players play; they're pretty used to it. I think it's totally okay.
Tell me about Lo Celso. Everyone's raving about him. Is he back to his best?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if he can stay fit, I think it's fantastic. I know there's been a good bit of like discussion about what are the things that are happening. I think things look quite positive, right? You have Doherty who's slowly getting used to playing in his position. You have Lo Celso who's back fit. Hopefully Lamela comes back sometime soon. I think things look good. You know, we saw the Ndombele Lo Celso midfield not necessarily work out last time around, but today wasn't too bad. But yeah, I think things look good. Hopefully he gets to play against Liverpool. That would be quite nice. His touch just before the finish was fantastic. It was fantastic seeing him today. He was all over the place.
Apart from Giovanni Lo Celso, which other players impressed you today?
I mean, obviously Kane and Son when they came on were quite good. it's like Sanchez was decent based on what we expect off of him, and yeah, Doughty was okay, not particularly great, but okay, and I think Tanganga was pretty good too. So it wasn't exactly a stellar performance. I mean, it is what it is, right? But like it was decent all around. And if you need these players to step up for 50, 60 minutes, then I think it's okay.
It was job done at the end of the day, wasn't it? Good
yeah. Basically, it's just that you're at home and then you get the job done in front of the fans. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. And do you reckon fans in the stadium are making any sort of difference?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would have been good to see that we don't just sit back. I mean, we sit back against the big teams, and it's worked out really well over the last 3 games. But today, we didn't necessarily do that entirely. So this whole narrative that we're parking the bus and all that nonsense, I just don't like it, and I think the fans can see that firsthand in the stadium. I really liked when they started singing for Ali, and Ali reacted from the bench. There's a photo of him looking pretty happy. So yeah, I thought it was really nice, and it's just nice to have the fans back. And even if they're 2,000, you can still hear them quite loudly.
All right, thank you very much, Guhar, and we'll be sending you your program in the post. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
It's on its way.
Yeah,
come on, you Spurs.
Take care, Guhar. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, she's coming on, mate.
Let's get on our next guest. I think it's Ambashish. Yes,
Ambashish.
Hello, Ambashish. How are you doing?
Hi. All good, all good.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, all smiles. Top of the group. Top of the Premier League. What can you tell me? Talk to me about the positives out of the game today.
If you look at it, it was another match where we could see a lot of functional progress made by the team. So here was a team against which we had a difficult time the last time. Mm-hmm. So we lost the match, and Jose being the boss. If you remember the first part of the Amazon documentary, he had said we need to be a ruthless team. We need to go with the mentality of winning every match. There's nothing called a dead rubber. There's nothing called a dead game. So we need to win every match. It doesn't matter. And that is the type of attitude you could see those substitutions which he made in the 56th or the 60th minute. I was a little bit disappointed. I felt gutted for Vinicius and Bale particularly. But then at the end of the day, it all begins with Mourinho. At the end of the day, he's responsible for the performances and where we stand at the end of the season. So he showed his team today that he doesn't take it lightly, even though we had qualified. So it was a very functional performance. You could see for the fans, it was great as well. For our first team players like Kane and Sonny, they got a good warm-up because I'm sure Jose wants to unleash the full strength against Liverpool at Anfield. So he wanted to let the players get a little bit of a warm-up for Sunday. Because I think a few players from today are not going to play against Liverpool and a few are going to play against Palace. So overall, it was pretty impressive. Lo Celso being back to his best from the last season. I sort of agree with what Alistair Gold had to say at the beginning, even though it was not the sort of performance what we would expect from Bale, but he still had a few good touches. Not to forget the free kick, the goal which Vinicius scored. A lot of confidence for the defensive unit because it was yet another clean sheet. Luckily, no long-range shots for Joe Hart to save. So overall, overall it was good. I was a bit nervous when Sonny was injured. I was just about to rip my hair out. I just asked why, but then I understood that's all a part of the strategy. This sends a message to the core players that they are going to consider every match to be equally important. And at the same time, it shows the fringe players that it doesn't really matter if it's a Europa League game. Every game is important. It's not just the Premier League where people are going to expect to get a starting 11 place, but it's also the Europa League because we are not only fighting for the Premier League, but we are also going to bring home the Europa League. So, yeah, overall, very positive. Feels good. We are at the top of the league. We win the group, so good days ahead.
Is our name on the trophy this year? We're bringing some European glory back to White Hart Lane?
The European Cup is for us to lose. It's ours. I would be really scared if Sevilla would have been there or if Madrid would have dropped down. But then the form that we are in currently and the squad depth that we have, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the Europa League. Perhaps Champions League would have been a notch too high for us this time because we are not yet the finished product. We are on a good way. but the Europa League is definitely coming home unless we goof it up very badly. But I can't see that happening.
All right, Ambassador, absolute pleasure having you on as always. Look forward to the next time you come on.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. Come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on.
Love it. Let's get on our next guest. Who have we got? Leighton. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on, boys?
Yeah, all good. How are you?
First time on the channel, I think, Leighton.
Yeah, I've always seen you on the comments.
Love you. Absolutely love you. Let me give you a little history. I'm a Welsh guy, obviously, which you mean from my accent. I'm a Spurs supporter since 84, 85, and I've never seen a team like this. Never.
Really?
Never. It's not just individuals. Through the years, we've had the best individuals, but we've never had a team like this that goes with a manager. I'm full of positivity. 100%, mate. You know what I mean? Ben, Sim, absolutely love you both, boys. Absolutely love you.
Thank you so much. How did you assess the game today? Was it a good performance or was it just job done today?
It's job done. And that's the truth. It's a job done. We wasn't our full 11, obviously not. Do you know what I mean? But what the players that were there, they were amazing. First half, it was sticky. It was horrible. But it's amazing. Ben Sim, you don't understand. Like, I put all these turmoil for these years, what I've been through to where we are now. And please, I'm begging you, accept where we are is something special. It is something so special. It's like David Harris, my mate. He understands the positivity. I'm telling you, no, I'll say it first on this Tottenham TV fan show, right? The treble. The trebles.
It's coming home, is it? It's coming home.
100%.
What gives you that belief that we're really going to get over the line on 3 separate big trophies after going so long without winning one?
Because we're a team. We've never been a team like this in my whole lifetime. I've been a supporter since 84, 85, and I'm telling you, I've never seen a team like this. And the manager is key, absolute key, mate. Do you know what I mean? Absolute key. I'm warning you, I'm telling you, boys, this is the year. I know it's all won and all that, but this is the year.
Do you get a different feeling to when Pochettino was in charge and we were one of the best teams in the league? And during those years, why do you have more belief when we were a team then?
I'll tell you all right. Because when it first all started, I read Nap come in and he gave us the confidence and he was like, yeah. Pochettino come in, we played beautiful football, but we didn't win nothing. We got to the Champions League final, we didn't win nothing. Trophy Mourinho is a winner. A winner. We're going to win something. I swear down, boys. I swear down. I think the treble. I do. I really do.
Do you think the squad has a belief that we could do that?
Yeah, but I think I don't know with Mourinho, right? He's one of the best managers in the world. But how he's managing Dele Alli is I don't know if he's trying to force him to get the best or he's forcing him out. Harry Winks, listen, I'm a Welshman, right? But to me, Tottenham comes before Wales or England. Do you know what I mean? 100%. If you ain't on the board with the Tottenham board, forget about Wales and England. Because to me, you're Tottenham. That's who pays 100%. Your wages. That's who it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Harry Winks is thinking, if I ain't playing here, I'm gonna go leave. Just go and play for England. Hang on, mate. Hang on. Who brought you up? Who taught you everything? Who's paying your wages? This is where you want to sit on the bench for, not go off to England. Sorry, boys, but it is. And I'm Welsh, do you know what I mean? But Tottenham is first. And you've got Gareth Bale, right? He lives up the road from me. But I loved him, Gareth Bale, when he turned Tottenham. We've got my Welsh boys there. I loves it. But Tottenham is first. And this is something special, mate. How do you assess
the Welsh boys today, Gareth Bale and Ben Davies?
Gareth Bale, right? I think he's lost something, right? He's never the same player from years ago. There's that guy who's amazing, but he needs games. Mourinho's got to give him a couple of games in the Premier League. He's got to, and then you'll see the best out of Gareth. Because when he plays for Wales, Gareth Bale, he can pass, and he's like one of them players. You've got to have the arm around his shoulder, so he feels like he's the boss. When he feels like he's the boss, you get the best out of him. But right now, in this Spurs team, he's not the boss. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. Would you take Spurs winning Europa League if it meant Bale being ruled out of the Euros?
100%, mate. 100%. My Spurs comes first before. Look at me. I'm an
League Cup,
advertisement for Spurs
League Cup.
TV.
Spurs winning the League Cup with Bale's ruled out the Euros.
Yeah, I wouldn't care. I don't care. Spurs is first. Spurs is my love life. I love Spurs. I'm born in Wales. I'm Welsh boy, but Spurs is my team, no matter what. Been there since '84. Glenn Hall, Chris Waddle. Do you know what I mean? They are my team. You know what I mean?
I want to ask you about Joe Rodon. I know he didn't play today, but being Welsh and all that, how good is Joe Rodon?
I haven't seen enough of him. I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know a lot about him until we signed him. Because I don't follow Swans. I'm from Cardiff, so I didn't follow him at all. But since he's come in, I'm impressed. He's the Welsh Maldini. Marcelo, he'll tell you. Do you know what
I mean? Leighton's up with it. He knows it. He knows it.
100%.
I love that.
100%.
Love your show, boys. Absolutely love your show. Because where I was from, I'll be honest with you, right? I've been around with the 80s now. There weren't many Spurs supporters around my way. When Gareth Bale played for Spurs, I'm seeing all these Spurs tops popping up here, there, and everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Gareth Bale disappeared, they disappeared. But now the Spurs tops are back around my area. You know what I mean? I'm Spurs through and through. I bleed blue, mate. Do you know what I mean? Trust me.
We're probably the biggest Welsh representatives in the Premier League at the moment.
100%. But these Welsh boys don't think they can't play, mates. Do you know what I mean? They can play, mates. Do you know what I mean? Trust me. They can
the ones who play for Spurs can.
We got hearts. That's one thing with the Welsh people. We got hearts, and we play with a heart. Like when you got a Welsh player signed, that's why I knew when Rodon signed. I knew, listen, we got a player that can play with heart. Do you know what I mean? Heart, 100%. And I'm happy days. Happy days.
Leighton, absolute pleasure. You should definitely call in again. Definitely call in again.
I'll be back, boys. Love you both. Benson. To the end, mate. To the end.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate all the support, Leighton.
Cheers, Leighton.
Thank you so much. And let's get... Who's next? Will
Stewart.
Yeah, Will Stewart. From the US.
Come on, Will. Where is he? Is he there? Yes, Will. Come on.
Will? You're on mute, I think. No, you're right. I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah. How you doing?
Good. I heard you guys' Winks conversation, so I figured I got to jump on here.
Go on.
And what's your assessment of it?
I don't think Winks has changed. I think we've outgrown Winks. I think that's just...
It's a fair statement. It's a fair statement. What do you think about that, Sim?
Yeah, look, potentially true, because Winks this season hasn't been great. I'm not going to lie. I just think people throw him under the bus very quickly, but I think because I think I think when he does do well, he can go under the radar. But I think I'm not going to defend him today because I don't think he was good, and I don't think him walking down the tunnel helped anything. And I don't know whether Mourinho was lying or whatnot, but it just didn't look great. And I think we potentially have outgrown Winks. I'm not saying we definitely are not, but I think people just act like Winks is completely rubbish, and I never agree with that a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that he's a bad player. I think that he's playing the exact same way that he played under Poch. I mean, there were, sideways passes. I think expressions always call him a whirling top, right? He's just making turns in the midfield.
Like a dreidel, maybe?
Like a dreidel, exactly. Happy Hanukkah, everyone.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think that because the quality of the midfield has gone up so much recently, that it kind of exacerbates what was really already kind of there. I don't think he's playing any worse than he did before. And I don't necessarily think that he's bad all the time. There are times when he plays really, really well, but he's never really been a very consistent, positive force for us in the midfield. Am I wrong with that?
No, that's fair. That's a fair comment.
Also, at the end of the day, I think he's much suited to playing possession football, Harry Winks, at the end of the day.
That's also true.
And he much more suited the Poch system than he does the Jose Mourinho system. So, yeah, I think your point about him outgrowing Spurs or Spurs outgrowing him, I think is completely spot on, to be honest.
Yeah, and I just think that, because it's not a right fit, if he were to play for a team, I even think that he'd be a lot better at like a Manchester City or another team that has, a lot of possession-based football based on than where he's at now. And if we can sell him for, 40 million pounds and then upgrade somebody else, you know, like a Sissoko backup or something like that. I mean, why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm. But look, let's talk about a few positives from the game today. Who was your standout players? I think I know who you're going to say.
I actually thought Reguilon was.
I knew you weren't going to say it after I said I knew you were going to say.
No, I like some. He wasn't on long enough really to make a huge impact. But yeah, no, I'm also a real big fan of Reguilon. I just like people that move fast and look like they have intensity, right? Maybe it's because my oldest son who plays football, you know, fairly competitive here in the U.S., that's kind of his weak point. So any player that I see who moves really, really fast and has a lot of intensity on the ball tends to get my attention. So
yeah, you saw Reguilon on the left-hand side. Did Doherty do enough for you to stake a claim for that right-back position?
No. I was a big fan of Doherty's when he played for Wolves. You know, he was one of him and Neves were probably the two people that I really liked from that team. But he just hasn't found his place yet. And with Aurier, which I haven't always been a fan of, being a lot more consistent lately, no, there's no way I'd want to see him start this weekend over Aurier.
But
any word on if he's still hurt or not? Or
who, Aurier?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any news on that, but I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow. But how important was it for you to finish top of the group and maybe avoid some of the tougher teams in the next round, or did it not really make too much of a difference for you?
I don't really think it makes that big of a difference. I mean, you know, the only team that's even concerning in there right now is maybe AC Milan with the way that their current form is. Even Inter Milan, I'm not.
Would you worry about Ajax?
I mean, they kind of sold all their players, didn't they? So
yeah, most of them, yeah.
I mean, they don't have from that team that we played in the
Inter
semifinal.
Milan aren't in it, by the way.
He said AC Milan.
He said, and then Inter is after.
No, Inter.
Oh, they got through.
No,
they finished fourth in their Champions League group in the end.
I bet Christian's kind of regret.
Yeah, he hit the first man from a corner in the last kick of the game.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't want him back. I wouldn't take him back.
I agree.
Yeah, but you don't want to see him go to Arsenal, surely.
Maybe it'd be kind of funny.
If he keeps saying this badly, but surely he can't. But
well, I mean, isn't that the whole problem with Ozil right now? Is that the number 10 in their system is kind of irrelevant, right? Like this whole talk of the number 10, the classic number 10 has died, is all based on Ozil's fallout at Arsenal, right? So Christian Eriksen is another classic number 10. So if we're not playing a formation that really requires that type of player, he's not going to perform any better than Ozil did, I don't think. So I mean, that's the way it's kind of changed. They're looking for more inverted wingers now than who create versus having a number 10, right? So,
so is European glory finally coming back to Tottenham?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is. I mean, I think we got a shot. I really do. I really think we have a shot. I think we could win all 4 cups this year. So
wow, everyone is super confident to take home all the trophies.
Taking
literally.
one up on Leighton, who said the treble. He's saying quad.
I'm saying all 4: Carabao Cup,
Clean
FA Cup, Europa League, and the league. And I think the biggest thing that's going to change, that's going to close a lot of mouths around the world, I think, is that game against Liverpool coming up in a week and a half. If we can get a result out of that, then
you reckon we can do it at Anfield?
Absolutely. I at least a draw, if not one. Because if they play against us, we're going to rip them up. I really do. I really think that we're going to, you know, if Reguilon, I'm trying to do the thing in my head, he would be up against Salah, right?
Yeah. Reguilon against Salah and Aurier against Mane. I
think Reguilon can handle Salah all day long. I really do. Because it's pace, right? That's what Salah, his game is all based around pace. And Reguilon can match him, I think, stride for stride. So,
All right.
All right.
And
Well,
it's been close the last few years against Liverpool, right? They haven't, knocked us out big time recently, right? It's all been close games, right?
They've all been won by the odd
draw.
goal, I believe. They've all been like 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. They've all been fairly close games, except for when we battered them 4-1.
Yeah. So anyway, guys.
Never know.
Had to jump on here. So.
Nice one,
Will, thanks for coming on again. We'll speak to you next time.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Nice one, Will.
Up the Spurs. Up the Spurs. And let's finish off with our final guest, and that is Joe. Come on, Joe.
Hey,
How's it going, mate? How's it going, mate?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How are you doing, Joe?
Not too bad. I thought I'd check in today because it's my first return to the stadium in 9 months.
Oh,
I was actually just about to ask you, have you been to a game yet? And here you are with how was it?
Absolutely fantastic. Just walking up to the stadium, it was like going for the first time again. And only 2,000 fans in there, but at times, we made a noise, and but you could see the players reacting to the sport, I think.
So you think it made a difference? You think having, even if it's a small amount, you think it does give the players a lift on the pitch?
It definitely makes a difference, and you can't know this for certain, but I think it has an influence on the referee as well. When that guy, he should have got a second yellow and gone off. I can assure you the fans were letting that ref know, and he was kind of gingerly stepping away from the scene. He in a quiet stadium with no fans, there's no, apart from the players, there wouldn't be that kind of reaction.
Apparently, there was a nice moment with the fans tonight singing for Dele Alli. How was that?
Yeah, no, all the players actually, because they were, they're warming up on the sideline, running towards. So all the individual songs came out. Dele does cut a fairly miserable looking figure, though, it has to be said. When he's sitting there on the sidelines, he's kind of hunched, looking at his phone. But I have a feeling somebody maybe mentioned it earlier. Second half of the season, I think he is still a long-term project for Mourinho. You don't win anything this side of Christmas, and I don't think he's going anywhere. And I think, if he stays fit, keeps trying, does the right things in training, he could be this season's Ndombele. We'll see.
That's interesting. But being back at the stadium today, do you think maybe how it was, how safely it was, they brought fans in and everything? Do you reckon they could get more fans in there sooner rather than later?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
it's not since
generally
London's going into tier 3, apparently.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we go tier 3, I might have just snuck in before we that's it.
You should have stayed in the toilets. Should have waited out.
Apparently, London has the most.
I try not to hang around in toilets, Sim.
So I'm guessing we're not going to be having more fans in there soon. Are they taking away fans from us then?
Tier 3 is no fans allowed.
Oh well.
Hey, Will started the job. I just want to do a little quick defence of Harry Winks, though.
Go on, Joe.
Someone has to.
Well, firstly, if 9 months ago, when I was last at the stadium, you said you won't be back here for 9 months, and when you do, you'll be top of the league, you'll be winning the Europa division that you're in, you'll be quarterfinals of the Carabao, you'll have a third round tie in the FA Cup away to Marine. I'd have taken all those things. We have got it so good as Spurs fans, and yet a little bit we're kind of picking on squad players. If we accept that Harry Winks is a squad player, it shouldn't be like, F him off, get him out the club. We're 25 players, and we just have to rally around every single one of them because we don't know when we might need them. Agreed. One thing I would say in defence of the squad players is first half, I think you'd agree, we lacked a little bit of star quality. The game was a bit static, and I was right behind, Joe Hart. God, he's loud. We were singing England's number one at him all night. That was quite hilarious. Even he was laughing at that. But, quite a few times, Harry Winks gets on the ball and he's looking up the pitch, and there wasn't that much movement up there today. There was a lot of physicality from Vinny, but, looking at Bale, looking at Moura, nobody was spinning off behind the back four. There were times when it just, all the players in front of him were just stopped still. And the only ball on was a kind of a short ball. And there were a couple of occasions where he would square it off to Sanchez. He asked it for it back. Sanchez would go back to Joe Hart. And Harry Winks was getting frustrated. And I think, when we're judging squad players playing in effectively our B team, got to bear in mind the players around them. And what was really notable today was when Marino did a trial of his plan B, which is what happens when we need a goal. I think those subs were planned around us still being 0-0 at that point and chasing the game. But he carried on with the plan. When, Bergwijn came on and then later Kane and Son, all of a sudden the movement up front was it was like night and day. And Harry Winks is probably looking at thinking, well, if I was still on the pitch when those guys came on the pitch, I'd suddenly look like a better player because I've suddenly got out balls that I can play. There's people making runs. Bergwijn was stretching the defence. All of a sudden, we were creating spaces that just weren't there in the first half. So I think you've got to take that into account. But overall, honestly, it was a fairly even game. I'm sure you guys agree. But once our kind of, all right, we were 1-0 up at that point. But once our A stars came on, my God, it was just completely different game. Very one-sided at that point. And interestingly, Lo Celso, who had been playing well, once he had the stars around him, oh my God, he went up a level. And, it's no surprise to me that, it was Kane that slides in the assist. But it was almost like Lo Celso was in that last half an hour playing like, look, I deserve to be in this. I deserve to be in this team. One observation I'll make. Last time I spoke to you guys, we talked about what's Marino's best 11. I think we know that now. But funnily enough, the way that 11 pans out is actually there's a toss-up between Lo Celso and Ndombele. I don't think both play in Marino's preferred 11. It'll be one or other. And I think Lo Celso played tonight like he knew that his first team place is still, a starting place is still something that he's got to play for. And he really, really took his opportunity tonight. Like you guys said earlier, who starts against Palace on Sunday? Is it Lo Celso or is it Ndombele? I don't know. I don't think Marino's going to start both of them.
Who would you go for?
On tonight's performance, I would say Lo Celso. But, having said that, he's now played tonight. He played the game before. You could see that Ndombele was kind of being brought back in gradually tonight. So, I don't know. We never know with Marino, do we? He always keeps guessing.
It's a tough one. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It was a good choice ahead of him. And Lo Celso really played his way into contention.
It's all good choices and good headaches to have, these kind of selection headaches. But look, we've got an amazing squad. Probably the best squad in my lifetime. I'm not sure if the best squad in your lifetime. I'm sure you can tell me. But it really looks like something special is happening at Tottenham, doesn't it?
Well, it is. And we didn't talk after the North London derby, but it takes getting used to watching us inviting the opposition literally into our penalty box, bringing them on, and then roping them in, and then hypnotising them, and then smashing them on the break. Everybody said, "Oh, that was a really comfortable 2-0 win against Arsenal." I was literally wetting myself for the entire 90 minutes. But, every game we do this, one game after the other. You start to believe, don't you? You start to think, you know what? That was a routine win against, a lower sort of mid-table side. And I think, look at it the other way around. What knocks us out of either a cup or the league? What knocks us away from being a challengers? How many games would we have to lose on the trot before we're out of the picture? We know that when we go to Liverpool, we know how Marino's going to set up and play in that game. I'm actually confident that we could keep a clean sheet up there. But if we go a goal behind, I'm also confident that we've got the quality players attacking wise to actually get back into the game. Again, a draw would be a good result for us in that game. So, I don't know about you guys. The confidence is there. I mean, you can see the confidence in the squad. We're going to be in contention at Christmas. We've got a transfer window. Do we bring anyone in? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that we need to now. But yeah, I mean, my lifetime's probably not quite as long as Grandpa's, but getting there. In terms of sustained challenge, yes, this is clearly the best situation we've been in at this stage of the season for for years.
You're right.
All you have to do is look at the bookies, and that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, and people are taking us seriously. Like normally during the week, if you're on your WhatsApp groups, an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or a West Ham, there'll be some bants, there'll be some slander about Spurs. Nothing in the last week. No, they don't even want to look us in the eye at the moment. They don't even know where to go. And in terms of the power shift, the only thing that's missing is silverware.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that's the only thing that's been missing for the past 5-6 years.
Well, we can't really brag until we've got something. So it's kind of like a standoff at the moment. But trust the process.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Thanks a lot, Joe. Always a pleasure to speak to you, my friend.
Great call to end on.
Really good call. Nice positivity to end on.
Great to see you guys, and come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Joe. Love that.
So there you have it. That is the post-match fan show. Big thank you to everyone that's called in, all the viewers. We'll be back on Sunday for our live watch along for the Crystal Palace game, followed by the post-match fan show. Unfortunately, there is no pre-match fan show this week, but we might start the watch along a bit early and get fans on and see what they have to think about the game on Sunday. We'll keep you posted on that. But again, thanks for joining us. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.